Hi guys, welcome back. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make these really sweet little butterflies. So I've made mine using the James Brett cotton in this lovely shade of pale pink and the dusky purple. So for today's project you'll also need a crochet hook. I'm choosing to use a 3.5mm today, and you also need a darning needle and a sharp pair of scissors. So taking your chosen yarn for the centre of your butterfly, we are going to start with a magic ring. Okay, so taking our yarn now, we're going to begin with a magic ring. So I'll just run through how I like to do my magic ring in case you're new to my channel. So I'm just going to rest the yarn at the back of my fingers, holding it gently with my thumb. Wrap the yarn around the front of my fingers, bringing it back around the back to form a cross. I'm going to gently hold the centre of the cross whilst bringing the yarn back across the top. Taking my crochet hook, I'm going to pop it underneath the first yarn, pull the second yarn underneath the first yarn, taking off my fingers and pinching at the base of the loop and the top of the circle. Gently going to pull my working yarn and chain one. Okay, and that secures my circle, and it allows me at the end of my project to pull the tail and close the circle. So to begin, we're going to be placing 2 double crochet, and this is in US terminology. So if you're using UK terminology, you'll place 2 treble crochet. Okay, so we're going to start with our first double crochet now. So yarn over the hook, hook through the center of our ring, pull the yarn through, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook now, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops. Okay, so I'll just show you again for our second double crochet. Yarn over the hook, hook through the center of your ring, pull the yarn through, 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 2 loops left on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2. Okay, every time we do a set of these 2 double crochets together in this pattern, this is going to be called our cluster. Okay, so if I refer to a cluster, I'm referring to the point where we have 2 double crochets together in this project. Okay, so moving on, we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and we're going to place a further cluster, our 2 double crochet into the center of our ring. So yarn over, hook through, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, yarn over, hook through the ring, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And chain 2. So you can see the pattern here now. So we're creating our clusters, a cluster chain of 2 double crochet, followed by a chain 2, followed by 2 double crochet, followed by chain 2. And we're going to continue working this pattern now until we have a total of 8 clusters. Okay, so we'll place our first double crochet followed by our second double crochet, so that makes our third cluster, 1, 2, 3, followed by our chain 2. So continue working in this way now until you have a total of 8 clusters, and meet me back at the end of the round. Okay, so I'm just going to place my last cluster now. So 1 and 2, and my final chain 2. Okay, now to join the round, we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first double crochet. Okay, so just find your first stitch from your top of your first double crochet, that's your first stitch, and slip stitch to join. Okay, and now we're going to cut this yarn, and we should be joining our second colour. So yarn over and just pull through. Okay, at this point now I'm just going to stop, and I'm just going to pull this tail in to close the circle, close the centre of the butterfly. Okay, and I'm just going to weave it in the end now. I find it's easier at this point to just take the time to just weave in this end here now. It gets a little bit tricky later on once we've folded the butterfly, so I just find it easier just to get this bit out of the way now. Okay, and just cut your tail. Okay, so you should now have something that looks similar to this. Okay, so taking your new colour now, we are going to join the colour between the two posts of our 2 double crochet. So I'll go to our cluster next to where we fastened off, and so we had 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. We're going to pop our hook between those 2 double crochet, and we're going to join the new colour, and we're going to chain 1. Okay, now working into the chain 2 space next to it, we're going to place 6 double crochet. So at this point I'm going to hold my tail ends across the work, and these will naturally weave into the work as we're working, and that way we won't have to weave the ends in at the end. So yarn over, hook through the chain 2 space, pull the yarn through, 1, 2, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops left on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So that is our first double crochet, and we're going to place a further 5 double crochet into the same space. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So that now gives us a total of 6 double crochet into this chain 2 space. Now working in between our 2 double crochet, so in the center of the cluster, hook through, pull the yarn through and slip stitch. Okay, and now into the next chain 2 space we will place another 6 double crochet. So yarn over, hook through, pull the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so continue until you have 6 double crochet. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and into the center of our cluster, hook through the 2 double crochet posts, pull the yarn through and slip stitch. Okay, working now into the next chain 2 space, 6 double crochet. So 1, some more yarn, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so we now, the center of the cluster, we pop our hook through the 2 posts, pull the yarn through and slip stitch. Okay, so you can see the pattern now. So it's the 6 double crochet, slip stitch in between the 2 double crochet posts in the center of that cluster, and then moving on to the next chain 2 space, 6 double crochet, slip stitch into the center of your cluster, and then moving on to the chain 2 space, 6 double crochet. So continue working in this way and I shall meet you at the end of the round. Okay, so I've just placed my last double crochet into that chain 2 space, and now to join we are just going to slip stitch into the same stitch that we started. Okay, so in that cluster was our very first join, and we're just going to pop the hook back through that same cluster and slip stitch to join. Okay, now we're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, so now you have your chain 6, and we are going to fold our work away from us, okay, because this is the outside of the butterfly, so we don't want to fold it that way because you will then have the inside showing. So holding your work, fold away from you, okay, and you will instantly see your butterfly shape. Okay, so you can see the 2 wings here and it's symmetrical, so you have the same on the other side. Okay, then wrapping your work away from you, you're going to wrap the chain 6 around the butterfly, okay, until you get back to the base of the chain 6, and we're just going to slip stitch into the base of that chain 6. Okay, so the bottom of the chain 6, we're just going to pop a slip stitch into there to join, and this will secure the butterfly. Okay, so there we go, keeping the work quite tight, and then it will hold the butterfly in shape for you. Okay, so we can now cut our tail and yarn over and pull through. Okay, and there you will see you have the lovely butterfly shape. Okay, so we just need to cut these ends off if you were weaving them in as we were working. If not, just go ahead and sew in your ends. Okay, we just need to sew in the tail end for the top of the butterfly here. Let's just pull that through there and weave that end in there. Okay, and just trim yarn there. Okay, so turning our butterfly up right now. Okay, all that's left for us to do is to pop antenna onto our butterfly. So to do this, we're going to take a length of yarn, not too long, and just cut the yarn, and in one end we're going to make a knot. Okay, and try and bring the knot as close to the end as you can. Okay, there we go. So you have a little bit for the antennae here, so you can always trim that if you think it's too long, just give that a trim. Okay, and then working back along the other side of the yarn, depending on how long you want your antennae to be, form a second knot. Okay, so I think I have mine, say there, and just trim the excess end off. Okay, so to join the antennae now, we just gently lift the center of our butterfly, the chain 6 that we've done, and just gently pop the antennae underneath. There we go, and then just work that up to the top of the butterfly, and there we have our beautiful butterfly. So you can use this to embellish all different kinds of things, from bags to blankets. You could make beautiful birthday cards with these butterflies on. So many uses from one butterfly. I do sell this yarn on my website, snowdoniastitches.com, if you're looking to use the same cotton that I've just used. And I really hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial, so don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and of course do subscribe to my channel for further crochet tutorials, and I shall see you in the next video.